Hello. God bless all of you today. This is Laurie from Spirit Warriors of Christ, and I'm here to share with you a story. And this is my story, and the story is about how I discovered and learned how to protect myself from the evil spirit world. Most would find it hard to believe how I got to where I am and obtain the knowledge that I have. It all started as a teen, about 12 or 13. I was an abused child and was extremely sensitive to everything around me and enjoyed being outside. I was always leery of the basement. It was a scary place with coldness and cobwebs. I especially didn't like the feeling I got when I went down the wooden steps that led into the basement. It was creepy. I felt as though someone or something would grab my ankles as I went down the steps. The abusive beatings I endured continued, and my mental sensitivity grew as I was growing more aware. Here I was, a teenager, experiencing something that I didn't fully understand. Now, when I went into the basement, I knew why the steps creeped me out. I was sensing a spirit. But even weirder for me, I was able to see the spirit in my mind. I felt what he felt. Then I saw a man in his late 20s, early 30s, and red hair. I saw this in my mind, psychically. He was hiding under the steps and terrified. He wore a white, sleeveless undershirt and jeans. He identified with me because of my abuse and shared with me what happened to him. The laundry room was off the right of the steps, and he showed me that he was involved in a drug deal that went bad. The man he worked with came back, and he knew this man was after him, so he hid in the shower, which was in the area of the laundry room. The man found him and killed him. This spirit connected with me. As a teen, still, and just before I turned 14, we moved and life went on. Then at age 17, I met someone and fell in love, and my boyfriend and I were extremely close. I go on a trip, and on my way back, I try to communicate with him mentally. Kind of like when you can feel someone when they are far away and you miss them, so you're thinking of them and trying to connect with them. I grew into an adult and got married, had kids, and got divorced. I remarried after years, after some time, and after years of marriage, I made a series of bad decisions. I found myself going to one of those new age bookstores, and this was also a gift shop. They had all kinds of interesting stuff, or so I thought then. I became a regular and was fascinated and interested in all the gifts. It wasn't long after I took some classes, an Usui Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 class. Reiki is a hands-on healing practice that comes from the Japanese, that is named after its founder. It basically uses the energy from higher beings to heal through your chakras. So After that, I got into Archangel Oracle cards and then Archangel Raphael Healing card Oracle cards. I then bought a pendulum and was using stones and crystals in healing and protection. I was using the pendulum when doing this to check the chakras and to making sure the chakras were spinning the way they should be, and then also in the oracle cards that I was using. Through the use of the pendulum and trying to talk to the spirit, I was trying to talk to spirits. I opened a portal, a doorway, and received an evil spirit attachment. From that point on, things got interesting and scary. I don't really know or remember the beginning, but remember the scariest times during being attacked in the night, the smell of rotten meat or wet dogs, bad dreams, and sleepless nights due to fear. I went to a class. It was a psychic self-defense class. There were two. I learned all about the different types of entities and evil spirits, as Christians call them. I got in way over my head, but there was no turning back and there was nothing I could do but move forward. I was then sitting on my bed and my foot hung slightly over and I felt 3 sharp objects pierce my foot. I looked down and saw nothing on the floor. Then I looked at my foot and there were 3 pin-size holes in my foot, and they were red. They were red from blood that had risen up to the surface. And then that night I was laying in my bed in the dark. As usual, I couldn't sleep. And I tried calling on the ancient god Anubis when I was afraid one night. And I saw a tall image over by the window, a dark in appearance. He was dark in appearance with broad muscular shoulders and the head of a dog. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I blinked to try to clear my eyes and get a clear image because I couldn't believe it. And as I looked at him, his eyes lit up white as if he was wanting me to see him. He wanted me to know that he was there. And then they went out just as quickly as they went on. It was just like a quick flash. Then one night I was in the bathtub. The door was slightly cracked open, as it usually was during my baths. Something prompted me to look over, and I saw the door. It opened up bit by bit. It inched its way open, and there was nothing there. My daughter and my husband were all in another room. The cats were asleep in other rooms. So I then jumped out of the bathtub and closed the door tight. After that, I paid a woman who claimed to be a shaman. She came in to my home to get rid of it. She had all kinds of crystals and stones, a small wand, and I can't remember what else. She smudged with sage, lit dragon's blood incense, and did a banishing ritual. Needless to say, when talking to her, she told me that there was a portal in my closet where entities came into our world from theirs, that the attachment entity was calling on others to help it. Over time, it had grown stronger and was scaring me. I started taking photos with my phone and saw dozens of orbs flying around the room. So then I contacted a woman I knew who spoke with angels, and she told me that Archangel Michael had a message for me. He said to pick out one of his weapons to cut the cords of the entities connected to me, and that I needed to close the portal in the closet after that. That I should use my finger and draw around the portal counterclockwise of how it is spinning. So I did what she told me. It took a long time, but I succeeded in cutting all the cords and closing the portal and eliminating it for good. However, the original entity was still there, and I would deal with it for many years. When I became a Christian and counted on Jesus, I got stronger and it got weaker. Except every fall, when the veil between the two worlds starts to thin around Halloween, until the veil disappears altogether, the evil spirits get stronger. However, it is now 2020, and the last time the veil disappeared, I had a fight on my hands for a long, long time, because not only did it get stronger, but it stayed strong for a long time, and I still protect myself and my family and fight it to this day. Now, since I wrote this out, there has been another incident last night as I was doing my regular routine to that I do every night before I go to bed. I was walking. I was standing by my bed and just walking by, getting ready to get into bed, and I felt a feeling of cobwebs, and right away I knew that this entity had placed a spiritual cobweb in my way, which is another means of evil spirits attacking. Um, I don't know much. I don't hardly know anything about cobwebs, but they are a means for evil spirits to attack in multiple ways. So they just have to pick and choose. But that is my second video, and I hope that you watch the third one, because it only gets more interesting from here. So God bless you all. Take care of each other. Stay safe and well. God bless.